If you love loose watercolor florals, good news. I've put together an in-depth, beginner-friendly series. Every Friday this month, we'll paint a different spring flower together. And this week, we're painting tulips. Hello my friends, welcome back. My name is Shayda Campbell and this is video 5 in my watercolor floral series all about loose spring flowers. Today we're painting tulips together, and if you haven't watched the other 4 videos, check them out because I've shared all of my favorite spring flowers. As usual, there's a worksheet to go along with this watercolor painting. You totally don't need it, it's just there if you need the extra bit of help, and that's available on my Patreon site. Check it out after today's video. Okay, let's start by talking about supplies really quick. Just like the other videos, I am working on hot pressed paper. It's nice and smooth. I love the texture, but you can also use cold pressed or rough, whatever your preference is. And then I have 2 glasses of clean water, paper towel for blotting my brush. I've got my set of paints. This is the 48 pan set from Munyo. And I am going to do this entire painting probably with a number 8 round brush. It doesn't hurt to have a number 4, something a little smaller on hand as well. If you want to use the same colors as me, here's what I have mixed up on my palette. I've got a really light pinkish red. So this is white paint with a little bit of red and violet mixed in, and lots of water, of course. Now, some artists don't like to mix white into their watercolors. They prefer to lighten only with water. That's totally up to you. I like to use white, so that's what I've done here. Now, for the darker, sort of dark burgundy, I've mixed red with violet. And if you mix more violet in, you're going to get this very dark purpley burgundy, a little more red, and you get this beautiful sort of dark magenta color. So how you mix it is up to you. We'll also use a little Van Dyke brown and a green, something like deep phthalo green mixed with sap green. To begin the loose tulip painting, I take a good amount of that light pink in my number 8 round brush, and we're going to start by painting some tulip shapes. For the most part, my tulip shapes are just versions of pointed ovals, but the first one I'm doing here is a big open tulip, and it's just made of 3 petals. For the next one, I'll do kind of an oval with 1 little petal off to the side there. So remember, these are loose watercolor florals, loose tulips. We're just hinting at the idea of tulips, and we want to capture some of the main features of the tulip. And for the most part, that means we're doing this sort of pointy oval-shaped blossom, some a little bit fuller and more open, and some are just those pointy ovals that are really closed. And you can make them appear to have multiple petals by simply leaving a little negative space. So doing 2 or 3 brush strokes gives the look of these layers of petals. And you can see me creating a whole bouquet here. It seemed a little odd to just do 1 or 2 tulips. The other flowers I was doing in singles, but the tulips demanded a bouquet. So that's my little cluster there in light pink. Now what we need to do while the paint is still wet, still lightly wet, is pick up our burgundy on the tip of our large round brush, and we're going to start releasing the dark color into either the bottom or tops of those petals. So you choose. I think on the worksheet, I put the dark color at the top of the petals. For this video, I'm going to put it at the bottom, just showing the beautiful variegated color of the tulips. And doing this darker color also helps you to show the shape of the flowers. So right now our ovals look a little bit flat. We're going to help them look a little more rounded when we place this color. And of course, because the petals are still lightly wet, the dark burgundy is going to blend and bleed really beautifully. And we're going to get this fluid blend of color that imitates nature in a really lovely way, in a really easy way. It's very achievable. And you're doing sort of curving brush strokes and curving lines when you add that color, and that gives the tulips more of a rounded, 3-dimensional appearance. And you can kind of move the color around a little bit if you like. Maybe take a damp, clean brush and blend it slightly. But it's okay to just leave it alone as well and have these variations in color be a little bit strange and a little bit jarring. That is totally fine. Remember, my friends, if you're finding any of this moving a little fast or a little overwhelming, I have a Tulip watercolor worksheet available on my Patreon site. All the bonus content is just $2 a month, and you can sign up for as long as you like, as short as you like. So come on over to my Patreon page, download and print these worksheets. There's one for every video we did this month, and I hope you'll find that it's really helpful reference material to guide you in your loose watercolor floral journey. Okay, now that our flowers are pretty much complete, we're going to grab a little of that dark green on the end of our number 8 round brush, and we are going to add the stems. To paint each stem, I start right at the base of the flower, maybe allowing the burgundy and green to blend a little bit, and I just pull the brush down across the page, and I kind of vary the pressure slightly so that the stems don't appear too uniform. They're a little uneven, and that gives a nice natural look. Once you've placed the stems, we can add some leaves. This is fun. We're just going to do these big, wide brush strokes, add a nice amount of pressure to the brush. You can either pull the brush towards you or push it away from you. Either way, try to keep your motions very fluid and try not to go over the leaves again and again. Just leave it alone. Wiggle the brush a little. You want to create large, wide shapes that come to a bit of a point. And you can always leave a little highlight down the center or put a line of darker color for a little bit of shading. If you choose to place a few leaves in behind, they don't need to connect with anything. Just leave a little bit of white negative space between leaf and flower. That's a really easy way to do that. You can see I'm adding a little bit more dark burgundy on some of the flowers, and that's just to further add shading and dimension. And then here's the last thing I'll say. If you have a blend of color that got away from you a little bit, like I did on this top flower, you can always lift. With a damp, clean brush, practice lifting. You can actually erase color with a damp, clean brush, and then you can, put more burgundy there or whatever you like. Okay, so that's pretty much it for my loose tulips. I'm adding a little hint more burgundy, again, just helping with the dimension, the shading, the variegation of the color. And if you have some open tulips like I do, you might place a few little dots of that Van Dyke brown to show the stamen at the center of the flower. And that is our loose tulip practice all done. If you enjoyed this video and you're craving more loose watercolor floral content, I have 5 videos in this spring floral series. You can learn irises, daffodils, pansies, and more, and there's a worksheet to go with every single one of them. Check it out on my Patreon site. Videos are free on YouTube, of course. Subscribe so you don't miss more content like this.